Here we go. This is break 1438. The 2021 Bowman Chrome 3-team random. 3-team random right here. Let's see how many times we're going to randomize it. This is basically a CEO personal here. Well, not almost. 8 times on that randomization. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Have a great night, Haley. See you Friday. And here we go. Yordan Alvarez of the Astros, Max Scherzer of the Nationals, a summer camp Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners to Mr. CEO. Then we have Emmanuel Rodriguez with the Bowman first of the Minnesota Twins to CEO, and Alexander Vizcaino of the New York Yankees, Bowman first to Mr. CEO as well. Matt Chapman of the Oakland Athletics, Buster Posey of the San Francisco Giants. Then we have the Shimmer, and that is a Bowman first. Armando Cruz of the Washington Nationals going to Mr. CEO, followed by Jordan Adams of the Angels and Tristan Casas of the Boston Red Sox. Austin Meadows of the Tampa Bay Rays, Xander Bogaerts of the Red Sox, a 40-man futures of the Red Sox. That's going to be Blaze Jordan going to Mr. CEO, followed by Jeremy Pena of the Astros and Tyler Soderstrom of the Oakland Athletics. We have Akil Badu of the Detroit Tigers, headed to Mr. CEO, RC, followed by Yermain Mercedes of the Chicago White Sox, RC, right there, heading to Mr. CEO. Then we're going to have Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners and Austin Martin of the Toronto Blue Jays. And we have our first auto, and that's going to be out of 25. And it is of the San Diego Padres, heading to Mr. CEO. That is Luis Campusano, RC. 18 out of 25. Jose Garcia, RC, of the Cleveland or Cincinnati Reds to Mr. CEO, followed up by Garrett Crochet of the Chicago White Sox, headed to Phil. Right there. Then we're going to have a Jordan Walker out of 499 of the St. Louis Cardinals going to Mr. CEO, followed by Matt Manning of the Detroit Tigers and Tyler Freeman of the Cleveland Guardians. Ian Anderson, RC, of the Atlanta Braves going to Mr. CEO, followed by Brady Singer of the Kansas City Royals. Brady Singer of the Kansas City Royals to Mr. CEO as well. A 40-man futures Ed Howard of the Chicago Cubs heading to Nick. Followed up by Brennan Davis of the Cubs and a Bowman first Luis Torbio of the San Francisco Giants. And we're on to the second box in this one. Yeah, luxury tax doesn't seem to do anything. Aaron Judge of the Yankees, Yu Darvish of the San Diego Padres, a 2020 summer camp Max Meyer of the Marlins to Mr. CEO, Grayson Rodriguez of the Orioles, followed up by Asa Lacy of the Kansas City Royals. Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers, Austin Hayes of the Baltimore Orioles, a dawn of glory, that's a box hit, Emerson Hancock of the Mariners to Mr. CEO, followed by Austin Wells of the Yanks and Emerson Hancock of the Mariners as well. Andrew Vaughn of the Chicago White Sox, heading to Phil, followed up by a Mike Yastrzemski out of 99 of the San Francisco Giants, and that is going to Phil as well. Following that one, we have a 40-man futures, Asa Lacy of the Kansas City Royals, and then we have Jeremy De La Rosa of the Nationals and Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals. And we have 3 packs left in this one. Alejandro Kirk, RC of the Toronto Blue Jays, going to Mr. CEO right there. Following that up with Dalton Varsho of the Arizona Diamondbacks to Mr. CEO as well. And then bang-a-rang, the Minnesota Twins, Michael Miguel Urbina, headed to Mr. Redemption, headed to Mr. CEO as well. Following that up, we have Austin Hendrick of the Reds and Jarren Duran of the Red Sox. We have Ryan Mountcastle, RC of the Baltimore Orioles, heading to Mr. CEO, followed by Luis Garcia, RC of the Washington Nationals to Mr. CEO. Then we have a Braden Shoemake out of 250 of the Atlanta Braves to Mr. CEO as well, followed by Christian Robinson of the Diamondbacks and a Pedro Pineda Bowman first of the Oakland Athletics. Heading to Mr. CEO. And now we're into our last pack of this one. We have Luis Campusano of the San Diego Padres headed to Mr. CEO. Chris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs, followed by a 40-man futures, Garrett Mitchell of the Milwaukee Brewers to Mr. CEO. Pedro Leon with that Bowman first of the Houston Astros going to Mr. CEO. And then Miguel Bless of the Boston Red Sox going to Mr. CEO as well. And now on to our rundown, starting with the rooks. Luis Campusano of the Padres, Luis Garcia of the Nationals, Ryan Mountcastle of the Orioles, Dalton Varsho of the Diamondbacks, Alejandro Kirk of the Toronto Blue Jays, Andrew Vaughn of the White Sox, Brady Singer of Kansas City, Ian Anderson of the Braves, Garrett Crochet of the Sox, Jose Garcia of Cincinnati, Yermain Mercedes of the White Sox, and Akil Badu of the Detroit Tigers. And on to our featured cards. We have Miguel Bleis of the Boston Red Sox, this Bowman first, Pedro Leon of the Houston Astros, Pedro Pineda of the Oakland Athletics, followed up by Luis Turbio of the San Francisco Giants. Then we have a shimmer, Armando Cruz of the Washington Nationals, Alexander Vizcano of the Yanks, and Emmanuel Rodriguez of the Twins. And now on to the featured cards. The out of 99, Mike Yastrzemski of the Giants headed to Phil. The dawn of glory, Emerson Hancock of the Mariners to Mr. CEO. And then we got the dual autos for Mr. CEO, the Luis Campusano out of 25 of the Padres, and the Miguel Urbina of the Minnesota Twins. And with that, we're done with break 1438. We'll be right back from the hardwood with 1439.